Since the beginning of time, humanity has looked to the heavens for the answers to earthly problems. Do the movements of the stars and planets hold the secrets to human destiny? Can the patterns of the stars reflect the hidden character of individuals based on the date and time of their birth? Astrology, predicting the future by the movements of celestial bodies, has been with us for over 4,000 years. Before the art of astrology was developed, ancient people relied on a basic knowledge of the stars and planets for their very survival. Many sites around the world speak of astrology's earliest beginnings.
The origins of astrology might even go back more than 20,000 years into the Paleolithic, because there are carvings on bones and other objects that indicate perhaps early interest in lunar tallies, the motions of the moon.
The astrology practiced today was born over 4,000 years ago in the Fertile Crescent of Mesopotamia, now modern-day Iraq. Ancient civilizations in the region created some of the world's first cities and developed early agriculture. They were also among the first to turn skywatching into a codified system of astrology, a method which remains basically unchanged even now. The Babylonian system of astrology might have been lost forever if Alexander the Great had not taken its study back to Greece after his conquest of Mesopotamia. Did the heavens foretell the coming of Jesus? What is the Star of Bethlehem that is said to herald his birth? Some of the earliest references to astrology are to be found in a surprising place, in the pages of the Holy Bible. Evidence also lies here in the ancient ruins of the Holy Land. In 1932, archaeologists unearthed a 4th century synagogue in Israel. To their astonishment, they also unearthed something totally unexpected. In the very center of the temple, they find a beautiful mosaic of the zodiac. Its discovery baffles scholars who have long believed that astrology was strictly forbidden in Judaism.
There shall not be found among you any that practice divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter. For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord. Deuteronomy 18:10.
If Judaism frowned upon astrology, how then did this zodiac become the centerpiece of a synagogue? Some scholars now believe that, contrary to long-held belief, astrology may not have been forbidden in ancient Israel.
The relationship of the ancient Hebrews or Israelites to astrology is a rather complicated one. What the Bible actually condemns is the worship of stars as if they were gods. The Bible has absolutely no problem with the idea of the stars being the messengers of God, or symbols of the will of God.
The story is one of the best loved of all religious tales, how 3 wise men from the east see a bright new star in the heavens. They follow the star to Bethlehem, where they discover a manger. Inside, they recognize a newborn child as the Messiah and offer him gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh, paying homage to the child as their Redeemer. What was the Star of Bethlehem? Could it have been an actual astronomical event? And who were the mysterious wise men or magi who followed the star?
The 3 magi of this story were definitely astrologers, and observing the conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn in Pisces. They may have thought like this. Pisces traditionally ruled Judea. Saturn traditionally signified the Jews. And Jupiter definitely signifies kingship. So they may well have deduced that the king of the Jews was being born in Judea.
It was not until the 17th century that the father of modern astronomy, Johannes Kepler, devises a radical theory to answer the riddle of the Star of Bethlehem. In the early 1600s, Kepler observes a rare conjunction of the planets Jupiter and Saturn. They appear to the naked eye as a single, dazzling new star. Kepler calculates that the last time this dramatic conjunction had taken place was the year 7, before the Common Era. Is this the actual date of Jesus' birth? Could this have been the Star of Bethlehem? Some astrologers assert that someone born on the date of the star in 7 BCE is potentially a person capable of making a lasting impact on history.
Kepler suggested that the Star of Bethlehem was this conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter in Pisces. It took place in 7 BC. And it seems that he was right about that. And if the fascinating thing is that if you draw up a birth chart or a nativity for somebody born on the 22nd of August, 7 BC, every single planet is in its own sign, the sign that it naturally rules, the sun, the moon, Mercury, and so on, which would be an extraordinary birth chart to have.
Astrologers believe that someone born under this conjunction of the planets would be destined to change the world. Though astrology was frowned upon by Christianity, over the centuries, belief in the power of the stars steadily grew. By the Middle Ages, astrology was part of the curriculum taught at European universities. Rulers often based decisions of state on astrologers' advice.